Well, it's Saturday and I was kind of hoping to go flying today, but it's not looking pretty. So unless it clears up, I'll be futzing on some stuff. One of the things I wanted to do is, you see these marks here? Those are actually from when this tank swells, they rub on here. So I am going to take like a half file and just put like a strain relief on there before it ruins that. And it closes fine, but yeah, so I want to work on that. What else? Oh, I got a net, I'll show you. So this net, probably a little hard to describe. I was thinking of putting it so it goes right across there, because literally this baggage area is too big. So if you put something in here, it's gonna probably end up, you know, way back there at the station 4 and you can't reach it. So I think a net to kind of separate this from that would be nice. So again, Amazon special. I'll let you know how it works. Alright, we'll see how that pans out. We'll keep an eye on it. It doesn't seem to be interfering with this one. For some reason, the bulge is there. Allows this to close. It still rests on it a little bit, so maybe I'll sand it a little more. And yeah, I moved on to this thing. This is the net I was talking about. Again, Amazon special. I had put nut plates up here, so these panels are removable. It's all riveted underneath, and then I put 3 screws so you can pull them out. So that ended up working out in my favor, because I can just put the hook up there to put the net in. So these are the hooks that it comes with, and I guess they work pretty good. I just got longer screws and put it into the existing nut plates, but it kind of bows up in the middle. So these hooks here, you know, you can just unhook it, are kind of equal U-shaped, and this obviously is not designed to hook in there, just the ends. Anyway, long story short, I'll show you what I'm doing. So these are the hooks that it comes with, and you can see they're like a consistent opening, so it can just slide out that way, you know, unless there's tension on it. So I heated them, and I'm kind of putting them into the vise just to arch it, so it gives it a little more of a hook on. So the idea is just to basically get 4 of them that are not like burnt or bent or somewhat equal, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, you just have to be patient and keep heating it, and I don't know, once it gets kind of flexible. This is not a thermoplast, I'm not sure what it is, like a nylon or something, but then I kind of just, looks like I cooked that one a little too much. But yeah, just kind of put it in there, close the gap, and do the next one. Let it cool. I like it. That came out really nice. Again, kind of separates the 2 baggage areas. You can throw something in there if you want. It's not going to go anywhere. And if you want to unhook it, the whole thing just unhooks really quick. As long as you don't get caught up on these hooks if you're putting something else in. So even though I wanted to go flying, I'm kind of watching the weather. The weather finally got better, but it's just too windy out. It's gusting pretty strong, so I'm not comfortable with that. But I took the opportunity to finally get rid of all the rest of the hardware. Still a few things there, and you know, you have a bunch of rivets left over and extra stuff that you buy that you may or may not need. So all the rivets are in there if I need them, and then Harbor Freight to the rescue. You know, sort it all. Just AN3 bolts, AN4 bolts, nut plates, so on and so forth. And I'm actually probably going to go to Harbor Freight and buy a couple of more things to organize that. Now that the build's over, like I don't know, I guess I still need it, but if you can't find it, then what's the sense of having it? So you might as well organize it so you can find it. All right, then these things here, I don't know why. Like, I started them a long time ago before we even worked on the plane. I got these little spacer things in, but then I just kind of procrastinated. So I got to put a little flap on here and put a nut plate. I did some practice there. I think kind of started. This is the piece of plastic they give you for the center flap cover closeout, which I obviously didn't use, so I'm going to use that on there. So I'll see how far I get. Alright, so I made these little tabs that go on here, and just 45 the edges, glued them. I'm gonna trim the little excess off, and you know, get this gap nice and even, put a nut plate in there. I think we'll be good to go. Alright, I like the way that came out. So basically has that little lip. You slide it over the wing strut, get it, put it in. Now I gotta figure out these holes, see if it fits. Alright, fast forward a few weeks and I'm still procrastinating, working on these strut wing fairings, and basically I was going back and forth to try and get, you know, the most perfect fit that matches both sides, which never is 100%, but basically on this end I'm just behind the second rivet in. Up here I'm pretty much up against this rivet for the inspection panel, and here kind of up against this one, maybe like a 16th. Now I know these aren't 100%. There's a rivet back here that's covered by this one, and like half and half on the other side, but it is what it is. So I'm pretty happy this sits flush all the way around, and I don't think there'll be too much rubbing and chafing going on. So time to drill some holes. I have all these, so I have 7 holes total. These are upsized to number 11, and then I clecoed them in with these golden clecos, so that worked pretty good. And I am going to use 8 30-seconds. I think the manual calls for 10 30-seconds, but I used 8 30-seconds down here with some knurled nut certs. So for consistency, I'm just gonna do it all the same. I also think that I have more mounting holes than what was originally suggested. I think there's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5, and I have 7 with the split thing in there. So multiple small ones. So now I'm gonna upsize these to was it 15/64, and that should make a tight fit for those, and then I'll prime them and get them in. Okie doke. So I got all of those in there with primer, and because they are dissimilar metals, I'm actually going to apply some of this Tef gel, and I'm also going to do the same for the belly fairings because I never did that. All right, we finally have fairings on the strut, wing struts. So we're gonna get another 5 knots out of it, right? Right. I'm not 100% happy with the gaps that are in there. I had such a nice fit before. I think part of it has to do with, I put spacers behind there so there's no tension on these screws pulling in. And the riv nut has also a little flange on it, so I think I might have to sand some of that spacer off or open it up. I think that's my mess up here, but I definitely want that to sit a little flusher. I like this fit. That's really good. I don't like the gap up there. So, I mean, I guess that's just wing skin. So here, might have to file a little bit more. I don't want it to chafe. But anyway, I guess that will be the end of that. That side's just as bad, or if even a little bit worse. I got this big gap up there. So, all right, anyway, I'm gonna work on that, but for now, my co-pilot wants to go home, and that'll give me a chance to upload a video. All right, see ya, thank you.